So you go old school. What I was told old school. There was a plant. 1, 2.
You got any words of wisdom for us today?
People short on motivation.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, everybody wants an easy button. Who doesn't?
Well, right.
Who doesn't want an easy button? Beautiful day in the Ozark Mountains, enjoying the great outdoors, little fellowship, little entertainment, watching Kapper work. This is where she's gonna get tough. All right, you and I gotta stay ahead of you. Towards Joe.
Okay, so I'm trying to hold it from stopping.
It's on your calf right now. Now it's down by your feet. All right, we're on one of Phil's ridge tops. This is generally speaking a sanctuary.
All right, pro staff tip. I got my buck fever forehead scent. Keep carrying everything else around. I got my little salt shaker for driveway.
This is a backup stand kind of in case they don't want to be coming out of timber.
Yep, we have an acorn problem like we had last year. We can sneak in here and hit this.
Things that work and you stick with them. But we're in a new state, new ground, new properties. Everything's new. My knot held. It broke the rope. Well, what did you say?
No, that's the army worms. And they say if you get 3 army worms per square foot, you need to treat it. I had about a dozen per square foot.
All right, happy Sunday. I'm just about to Felipe's. He needs some help with deer stands today. And he said he might have some kind of surprise for me. I'm not sure what that was all about. Anyways, it's a beautiful day here in the Ozarks. It's I just put eye drops in a minute ago. It's cool. It's like 50 degrees at the moment here, early September, but it's going to be upper 70s today. Beautiful. What's going on? What's this?
Sunday morning, you gotta have your tomato juice.
Really? I'll try it, I guess.
With olives.
Cheers. Oh. Yeah, definitely don't do olives. Definitely don't do olives.
It's very whiny.
Whiner.
I am a whiner. Interesting. Cheers.
Cheers.
Look at them beans.
Hold better.
What we got going on here?
I'm too weak to put this to help him, so.
Phil's getting my spot ready.
Oh yeah, they're hitting down there. There's a pond. So there's a pond right down there.
Nice.
And I bush hogged backed up into it. And they walk that old roadbed there and come in and out of there. And so this will be a great spot in the shade and when it's hot and be able to get in
I like
there.
the shooting onto the neighbor's property. That's the good idea.
That's our property.
I thought the law was wherever the arrow leaves from makes it legal,
exactly,
right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, now you sound like a lot of hunters, huh?
Yeah. Back. We tried and see this is where it fell. Wow, this is over here.
Yeah,
it's a doozy. And you can't get any equipment in. Yeah, let's come this way a little bit.
You hit that cedar. You're on that cedar.
Set your end down, Tammy. Set your end down. Let me.
Okay, I'm gonna put my hood up because I'm allergic to cedar, and this is a cedar tree I'm gonna be leaning on.
Okay. The first is the hardest.
We're gonna put it up on that tree, or
No, we're just gonna stand it up in the air. It's going on that tree.
I know. Okay.
Right there.
But we can't back up far.
Once we get it up in the air, now keep in mind you can push on this a little bit, but that's on the hinge. Yeah, okay. This is where she's gonna get tough. All right, you and I gotta stay ahead of you because you're tall.
Okay.
Okay. Now Now, let me.
I don't think it's
We gotta
back-
come.
it's not
We gotta
back
come.
far
We gotta
enough.
come. We gotta come back this direction.
Yep.
It's not back far enough. It's not back far
Tammy,
enough.
Tammy, what, don't turn yet.
Okay.
Okay, we gotta walk back towards Joe.
Okay, well, I'm trying to hold it from stopping. Okay.
Okay, stop. Okay, stand it up. You can't. Joe, you got more than I got.
Force it towards the tree.
There's some branches. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pick it straight up.
Hang on, twist it.
Yep.
That booger's taller than I thought it was.
Are you getting branches?
Yeah, hang on, I gotta come this way a little bit more.
That was the workout for the morning.
Okay, let's come back towards me a little bit. Let me pop the leg out a little bit here.
Just tell me when to hold it.
Well, apparently, because it's taller than I thought, I can't get it to. Like, we're gonna have to pull it out of the way. We're climbing up. There we go. There we go. Son of a gun. Everybody take a break. It ain't going nowhere. Whew. Seriously, take a break.
Right?
It goes nowhere.
I got the easy part.
It's going nowhere. I think that's pretty stout.
Wow. That's a doozy.
Is this even gonna reach? That is further out than you thought. You might have to extend this.
Hang on. Whew. Oh no, that's gonna be nice.
It's getting warm.
All right, that was a 3-person job all the way. We're getting the safety line and the straps on. This is a really cool spot right here. I mean, this is cool. I remember on one of the tours seeing that pond. And this is a nice, it's an old logging trail right here. Really pretty. And then out here he's got some food plots. Here's the view. Sweet. I mean, it feels like you're 40 yards in the air.
After blind hunting.
Well, what is this, a 20-footer?
I think they bill it as like an 18, 17.
But that road is another, what, 6-8 foot?
That's another 4-foot drop right there.
At least.
So yeah, you're
This is
22
pretty.
feet above our shooting spot.
I mean, if
Look
you,
at the back cover you got.
we need to bring my pole saw. Yeah. All right, stand number 2. You got any words of wisdom for us today? Beautiful day in the Ozarks.
It's a beautiful day in the Ozark Mountains.
Yep.
Just kind of doing our thing, enjoying the great outdoors, little fellowship, little
All
entertainment,
good.
watching Kapper work.
Yeah.
There's not much to look at, but he's
We're gonna, when we're done, we're gonna get an update on this plot. He got it wiped out by army worms.
almost wiped out.
Almost wiped out.
Well, if we don't get some rain, I may still lose it.
Right. But that, we'll do that afterwards.
This ridge is like narrow here, and then it flattens out down, and then it just tapers off to nothing. Chop a little bit off before we try standing this one.
All right, we're on one of Phil's ridge tops. This is generally speaking a sanctuary where he doesn't come in. The food plots are 300-ish yards that way, right? And this is a backup stand kind of in case they don't want to be coming out of timber.
Yep, we have an acorn problem like we had last year. We can sneak in here and hit this. They work all day long. Now, go back to the first time somebody called this a deer desert. If you can dig up the footage, this is back where we were scrummaging for firewood that one time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what gets him so excited about Let's see if this is doted up or if it's worth having.
No, I can't. I'm not giving you permission to get in or out. That's up to Pat.
Oh, no, that's good firewood.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
now look at it,
Oh yeah.
the difference of just the season. So there's tons of cover back here for these deer. Now, another side note, take a look at all this thickness. I believe we had a comment from the very first video from here about this being a deer desert.
Oh yeah.
The difference of just the season. So there's tons of cover back here for these deer.
All right, pro tip number 489. These stands, they come with little spring clips for these. Get rid of them. Use a nut and a bolt, locking washers, or even a vinyl washer. I've done that before too. Some of the muddies come with vinyls, but get rid of them spring clips because they rattle, especially when it gets cold. But either way, they rattle all the way up and down that ladder. So just use nuts and bolts and you'll be much better off. All right, safety rope going on. Beautiful setup. Let me step back and show you. And Phil had it right that anytime you could get a dual tree, that's awesome for a ladder stand. The only thing better is a triple if you can get one squeezed in. So he put this the ladder on the straight part of the dual, so you got cover. You got cover from the side and you got cover from being backlit with a dual, and he's leaving a lot of them branches up there. So beautiful setup.
You can always cut them later, you can't uncut them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Here, go check it out. It'll pump you up. You can edit, cut it out. Oh, actually, you might want to take your phone with you.
Here's the view from up top. Here's your second tree, and you can hang stuff from it with your hooks, your backpack. So that's really nice. This one, he is mainly covering that ridge trail right there.
Straight south is that way. And straight west is that way.
Well,
Stay shaded even
yeah, even in the evening, you'll be pretty well shaded. You know, might get an opening over here. Both of us saw what looks like possibly an old skidder trail over there. We may or may not investigate, but man, it's pretty up here. All right, moving on. Refreshing this camera while we're here.
Now I was checking I wasn't checking the compass just for wind and sun. I was checking it for sun because I'm going to put a solar panel and I want to get it pointed south-southwest.
So how does the solar panel work with just regular batteries?
Use a lithium battery, they work just fine. I got cameras that I put out 2 months ago, 3 months ago. With
So
solar panel, they're still 100%.
They're not rechargeable batteries.
They're not, no. So the way the system works is you run off of the battery that's in here. There's a battery pack in here.
Oh, okay.
And it recharges itself and it keeps going. And if this goes dead, then you kick up onto your other batteries. So it does not charge these batteries.
Okay.
You can use rechargeables, but that's not how it works.
Right.
All right, pro staff tip. I got my Buck Fever forehead set. They haven't, once they start hitting this, I'll stop using it, but I'm rejuvenating it every chance I get. I just raised it a little bit, so I want to cover up my sun a little bit too. Spray it down on there. And then, keep carrying everything else around. I got my little salt shaker for driveway, or a little seed or whatever. What I carry is food plot seed, and if I see a hole, actually there's a lot of holes on that one, but if I see a little hole in a food plot, I just go out, I set the thing, and I just shake a little bit, use a lot less, you don't waste hardly any seed.
Right.
This will last me the entire preseason of just spot checking and just see one little hole, and you just get out there and just shake a little on and move on, and hopefully the rain gets it.
I like it. So here is, last time we were here, we were talking strategy on this plot. So he's got the banks uphill from this fall plot. And this is a backup stand, this ladder stand up here in this walnut. He's got some really nice mature deer in this place, in this field. So it's also a backup for the wind. It's also a backup for maybe a particular buck or a particular location, because he's working on learning the patterns on which areas they come out from. So it's kind of a backup stand. In part of our discussions, you know, I told him, I said, well, if it were me, I'd like to be off of this field edge 7 or 8 or 10 yards. But I figured I knew what his response was going to be, and I was right. It's really steep. Like, it drops off like whew. So if you go back 8 or 10 yards, you're probably got a 4-foot drop. And I've had situations like that. If you get too low, then them deer are almost looking eyeball at you by the time they're in this food plot, because this is another 6,
I'm already 2 feet down
8 foot.
From the crest.
Well, yeah, right where he's at. I don't know if let me level my phone here, guys. All right, my phone is level right there. So you look at where his tree is to the top of this plot, and it's already at least a couple foot lower. Just something to consider, but it drops like right here at the edge of the shelf. It goes down. So you do what you got to do.
That's why the field is so far out, because of the drip edge of the trees.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that'll give you some cushion. I mean, like he said, the plot is what, 15 yards off of the stand already. And yeah, this is the food plot that got devoured by army worms, literally. He got a grip on it now, but it's a thing down here in the Ozarks. They'll just devour, you know, an acre or two if they get their moths and they hatch. You know, if they hatch in your plots, yeah, you better get on them and spray them quick. Yeah, so when we came down this hill, I said to Phil, I said, "Oh, you bush hogged that plot, you know?" And he's like, "Well, what did you say?"
No, that's the army worms. I mean, you can see where I had to keep going over it to spray, because I had to spray twice to get them out. But I've watched a lot of ag stuff, and they say if you get 3 army worms per square foot, you need to treat it. Well, I had about a dozen per square foot.
Wow.
And it was bad. They ate it. You can see that there's no leaf
leaves
left. They just completely ate holes in this, and there's a couple more down there. So
wow.
I had to, I mean, I beat it to death and lost some, but I saved some. If we could just get some rain, I think these stalks would put leaves back on if we just get some rain.
Yeah.
But I've overseeded back on top of this, and I will probably hit it again.
Wow.
Because I don't know what's missing, but they were everywhere.
Yeah, it looks like you bush hogged it.
No.
It actually looks worse than that, man. Wow.
Trying to see if I can find a dead one, but they're probably all dried up, ate up by birds by now.
Well, at least you got rid of them and you saved the plot. I mean,
yeah, the other 2 plots were one was starting and the other one didn't have any damage, and I sprayed them and I stopped the damage on it, and the other one never got any damage, so I got on them. But they say they're a problem here in the Ozarks. They come up out of, the moths come from Texas, and they fly up here and they just devastate it.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm with you though. I'm ready for the next rain. We need it. Carry on, baby. Wow, season is what, 7 days away? 7 days away.
All right, now there was some people that were concerned about how dense this was, that we wouldn't get good pollination off of these ears. So let's find out. That's a full ear.
I've learned the hard way. I don't question Phil that much anymore.
That's a full ear. And for those who don't know, every silk goes to a kernel. So every one of these has to get touched with pollen to make a kernel.
Yeah, but wasn't he saying this corn was spread out too far to get germinated?
That's what we heard. Now, can double check, and I'm not 100% sure, but I know that farmers like rain to help with pollination. I'm not sure if the corn can self-pollinate. I believe it can, but I could be wrong. So as long as you get some rain and that pollen can come down or it shakes, but you know how pollen is when you're in your house with the windows open. You get enough pollen blows in to get you. That's all you need. I mean, and that's, each one of those made a pollen to get down and fertilize the ear. So
yeah.
so that's not an issue. There was plenty of, it's compact enough. In fact, it might even be a little thicker than I thought I wanted, but it worked out really well. We made good ears for as short as these stalks got, because they went in so late.
You planted late.
I planted real late, and we still made good ears. I mean, the dirt's better here. We were making ears like this in southern Illinois, and we weren't making 2 or 3. What's weird is this was planted first. This all made single ears, mostly single ears. We go to the back where we planted 2 weeks later, almost July, we planted in the back, and they were making 2, 3, and we found one that almost was trying to make a 4th ear that one day. So we'll see there. Now the raccoons will know what's here and they'll destroy it.
Yeah. It's all right. The deer have done a number on your beans, but it's all good. I see all kinds of pods. Oh yeah, there's pods. Absolutely.
You know,
look at all that. Look at them all.
Yeah. So you go old school. What I was told, old school. So there was a plant. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44.
You actually threw a double in there, so I think you're at 45.
Okay, so 45. Old school guy told me that's 45 bushel an acre.
Nice.
That's 45
in
bushel
the
an acre.
Ozarks where nothing will grow.
Where nothing will grow. We're in a deer desert. I plant it wrong.
Yeah.
I do everything wrong, but we're making
I'm gonna eat these beans.
45 bushel an acre
Yummy.
in beans. We got good pollination on our corn.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
You know, I don't think we're making 100 bushel of corn to go on top of that, but if we make even 10
just
bushel
a food
of corn,
plot, you know, I mean, it's just a food plot. Oh, look at this. Yummy. Not bad.
That's why he says
Soybeans, yummy. All right, carry on. We just stocked up with a fresh Red Bull. Mission's gonna continue. Setting up a new camera. Oh, this is gonna be fun. The ground's a little bit dry.
Okay, this is where I want you to put it.
I'll pound it in. I ain't no stranger. Another experiment. I had somebody busting my chops like, there's enough videos in that. Why are you doing food plot experiments? Life is a giant experiment.
That's a fact.
And when you quit experimenting, that's when you think you know everything.
Well,
I'm not saying, you know, something, yeah, you get things that work and you stick with them. But we're in a new state, new ground, new properties. Everything's new.
every once in a while you got to try change it up. I mean, yeah, we're on new ground. We don't know that if everything. I can already tell you there's things that from Southern Illinois that I did don't work here. There are a few things that just aren't happening.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like my planter. My planter is out of here. My planter just won't work in this ground, and I knew there was a chance of that, but that's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. And you move on. But yeah, you try stuff every so often just to see, because what got you where you are today may not be sufficient to keep you there tomorrow.
Yeah,
words of wisdom.
Perfect example is the throw and grow thing. Yeah, there's all kinds of videos that teach you how to throw and grow if you catch it before rain, which I have never liked, but I thought I'll try it in the Ozarks. It didn't work. Yet there's a lot of people that live by it and preach it and teach it. People that are short on time. They don't want to do the tillage. Fine. It didn't work.
Some people short on motivation.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, everybody wants an easy button. Who doesn't?
Well, right.
Who doesn't want an easy button? I think this is going to work.
I do too. I like it. So the extra solar panel worked.
That I'd have told you I was one direction and it wasn't. So due south is that way. So we're just checking our sun angle. So we want to be south to southwest with our solar panel. That would be southeast.
You might
southeast would be better than well, that's
be able
southwest.
to put some corn stalks in as a spacer and get it where you want it.
I think that it's got a, as long as it has a southerly push to it, I think she'll be fine. It's about equal. I couldn't have set that T-post more better that this is due south. I couldn't have done that on purpose.
Hey, sometimes better lucky than good.
I heard that.
I'll take that any day of the week.
Heard that.
Oh, we're in live mode. There's a buck. There's a buck. That's a big one. Oh, busted. Nice.
Tail up. Am I inside the line?
Well, you're towards the left of it right now where you're at.
I mean the red line that runs horizontally. Am I
touching
it?
Yeah, it's right at your lower butt cheek.
Okay, that's good. How about, where's it at?
It's on your calf right now.
Right there?
Now it's down by your feet.
All right, I need pull the T-bar back just a little bit.
All right.
That's the only way to adjust it now.
I know it.
I want the red line to hit my knee right about here. It hit my knee?
Hang on a minute. That's pretty cool though, man. Red line. So is that Wi-Fi or is that through cell that you did that?
That's through the Wi-Fi.
So connecting direct from the phone to
you Bluetooth right into it, Wi-Fi, however you want to call it.
Yep.
It takes you right into the camera so you can adjust the height and look at it and see where that line is and adjust them. I adjust all of them that way.
So to the guys that ask me about changing the date on the ones that I have, there's no way to manually change it on these cameras, so I got to do that. But the problem I had was it was asking me for a password.
Okay, but you know what your problem might be? If you're not getting cell signal,
it's not.
Then it's not going to update. It has to go back. It has to connect back to
a tower. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So here we're on the back side. We just hung that one camera. Now we're over the crest of the hill. This is a clover chicory plot. But I asked him, I said, what are the ruts? I said, was that from the spring when it was muddy? And he said, no, that's runoff. So this is water runoff. 1, 2, 3 water runoffs. So what he wants to do, which is what I really like to do, is put a watering hole right down here. He wants to make a long and narrow watering hole here, which I'll bring the excavator and do that. I mean, yeah, you might catch some fertilizers, but really I haven't had that problem yet. If that's the case, then we just move it slightly to a different spot. But when you get it where they catch the runoff, every rain, you're constantly recharging that with fresh, cool water, as opposed to just building it on the top of a ridge. That's just me personally. The ridge tops is where the clay is at here. Oh, there's another water runoff over there. The clay is up on the ridge tops, and then as you go down, you start getting more rock, less dirt, and then less clay as well. All right, so now he's grabbing, these are homemade stands that were on the property, and we're gonna put them deep in the woods as like just backup stands. They got like a chain around them. I mean, they're all welded up. This one's taller, but hey, might as well put them to use for backup stand, or if somebody wants to get in the woods, deep in the woods somewhere.
All you need is 2 knots, half hitch and a bowline. We're gonna use the half hitch right here.
There you go. This one was grown into the tree, and now it's grown into the roots, and it's heavy, and it did not want to come out. Whew. Hey, my knot held. My knot held. It broke the rope. It was on its way out. Get that winch out. Oh, you ain't got a winch.
I got a winch.
It broke the rope. Yeah, and he was bagging on me about my knots. My knot held. Wow.
Your knot did hold.
I think it was coming out, but
I'm gonna try that one more.
One more try. Like you had it right over the edge?
Yep.
All right.
Keep it as close to the center as possible.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna try this again. See how close I can get this into the middle. It's about all it's gonna go. Let me get over here. Get out of the way in case you can see it. There it comes. Woo! There we go. Wow. Grown into the roots. That's a... All right, this one's gonna go on top of that one. Maybe.
Platform to stand on. How did I manage to give you the heavy end? Go your way. Go your way. Okay. Nope. Well, they're the exact same width, but that's okay. We'll
There we go.
It's gonna look like me and Joe when we moved from Illinois.
Yep. All right, that'll work.
Like Sanford and Son.
All right, here's one of his other plots that the army worms had just started in. So you see how nice and thick it is over here. And right here is where they started on you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I see them. Yeah, I see the leaves chewed.
Seeing the holes in the leaves.
See all the holes. Yep.
You can see the deer hitting this, hitting the buckwheat.
Well, at least you caught them earlier on this one.
That was the
Yeah, and then it's nice and thick over there again.
Yeah. And there's deer in here every night.
Yeah, there was just 2 in here just now.
Yeah, there's 4 to 6 deer in here every single night. And it's keeping up even though we're not getting the rain. They're mowing it at the at the entrance.
Yep.
Over there you can see where they hit that because that's the first shade of the evening, and then they come out and it's fine, but then the army worms got that little section right there in the center.
How are you getting deer in here when it's a deer desert?
I
Are you bussing them in?
All right. I bust them in.
Looking good. All right, another reason I like Missouri. You got 2 side-by-sides. I'm in a small town gas station, and there's a DNR warden right there in the boat. And you could drive side-by-sides down the road, and the law is not constantly messing with you. And like some of these other states where they're just out to with people that are basically law-abiding citizens. I think things have gotten out of control in some of these states. I used to live in one. Actually, I lived in 2 of them like that. So another reason I like Missouri.